Hey everybody, welcome to the Cafe of Knowledge, part two on the disappearing fathers, okay? So now that we here on part two, let's just get right on into it. Now, last week I stopped the video on these disappearing fathers who get mad about being on child support like they doing something. You know what I'm saying? And so let's pick it back up from there. So what I'm trying to say is, why is it that we have some men out here that gets pissed off that they're on child support? And they always say, I know some, I have heard some say, well, you know, I'm on child support. They got an attitude. So now they neglect the child and neglect the mother because they pissed off that they have to pay child support. And let me tell you, paying child support, like we said last week, it costs $117,000. And I know y'all tired of me saying those numbers. But look here, these trifling ass fathers have to know. Because for some reason they think they doing something with that little percentage of their check that they paying, which they are not paying nearly that $117,000. I don't care if he do pay whatever he pay for them 18 to the kid is 18 to 21 years old. He still didn't get up to $117,000 most likely. So why are you being mad when somebody else has to participate and help pay for your child? That's what I never could understand about a trifling ass disappearing father. You mean to tell me this is really how you think? You think that everybody else has to participate, like the government or the government assistance or all this stuff, and or either that woman's family helps her with your child. You mean to tell me that all these people should be paying for your child and you don't? Because evidently you feel like you don't because you're mad about having to pay it. That's some confusion. That is so confusing. That is some confusion ass shit. It's like that. I mean, you be confused. Why is that so confusing? I do not know why a person think like that. I mean, if you just sit down and listen to that, or listen to yourself as a disappearing father, or to a father who has to pay child support, if you just listen to that scenario that you really thinking on, you are saying that you are mad that you have to pay for your own child. But everybody else can do it, but you can't. Everybody else can make sure that the kid is fed and that the kid has clothes and that the kid is kind of living a basic, decent life. Everybody has to take care of that, but you don't. I don't understand that. And you are actually mad at the woman and the child because you have to do this. That's very confusing. I just don't get how that kind of trifling ass mind works. You know what I'm saying? So I had to break it down to that disappearing father because, like I said in the last video before I stopped it, last week, part one, before I stopped it, I said, don't get mad because you have to understand that if a woman has to apply for government assistance, that woman really don't have a choice because the government is helping her. Rather she's on Medicaid for medical expenses for the kid, rather she's on food stamps for the kid, rather she's on housing authority so that her and the kid can have shelter. Either if they are doing, the government and her family and everybody else is making sure that this happens for this child And that woman, because she has that child, so they want the child to be okay or live a basic, decent living. They all are doing this, and you feel you don't have to do anything. Let me tell you that if any woman goes up, and even if it's a woman who ran out on the man and left the man with the kids, if he have to get assistance from the government or anywhere else, yes, they're going to chase your ass down to make you participate, because they not going to do all the participating and you ain't doing shit. So you can get mad if you want to, have an attitude if you want to about child support check, which I don't understand why you got a goddamn attitude, because that's your responsibility anyway. But have nerve to have a damn attitude with your trifling ass. I just don't damn get it. And that's the type of attitude that we're trying to change and get disappearing fathers to understand that this is why you have to pay child support. So don't get mad. It's some dudes out here and some men out here are really mad. Oh, I got to pay for 18 years. They've been taking money out my check. For 18 years. And then, now I am pretty soon going to do another video about the women who are not spending that child support correctly, but that's a whole nother topic that I will get on a whole nother time. But right now, I'm focused on your disappearing ass. Trifling ass disappearing fathers. And it don't make sense. So don't get mad about it. Do what you got to do. Because you shouldn't have been a blowfly. That's just how that go. If your ass wasn't a goddamn blowfly, you wouldn't never be in this position any damn way. And why is it that you was a blowfly? We really don't give a damn. The point is, the kid is here, the children are here, and there's 15 million of them without fathers, disappearing fathers, and it need to be addressed and corrected, and I had to read your ass about it. Because that shit ain't cute. I don't know what you think. I don't know if you think it's cute or what, but this shit ain't cute at all. So let me go right on into obviously we are all in poverty. A lot of the 15 million single mothers that the fathers done disappeared. It's a lot of them falling into poverty or in poverty because of disappearing fathers. Okay? And that's just something that we all have to pay more attention to, because see, a lot of people didn't know these numbers because they do not look and read and see what people are saying about either your race, the positions that you are in, what's going on around the world. See, we have to start taking time to realize what's the statistics, what's the numbers, what's the reality of this situation. And the reality of this situation, nobody has paid attention to it. Nobody has stopped to address it. No, we love to watch, and I do too. We love to watch kind of reality shows or watch game shows and watch all kind of stuff everywhere on the news, on TV or whatever like that. But hey, we need to start addressing what's going on in our community and making a change in our community. But we always complaining about our community. How we don't have this, we don't have that. Poverty here, poverty there. So many kids without fathers, so many kids running around, and they in juvenile, and they dropping out of high school, and they this and that. But we are not getting to the deep root of that problem. And 80% of that is what I'm talking about today. Disappearing as fathers. That's where all this is coming from. You know, I did video on family, and I'm doing a video on disappearing fathers. It's all basically almost the same thing. Family. Disappearing father. A father is a family member of that child. And folks are just disappearing, neglecting. We got to start addressing these problems. It's okay to look at the fantasy stars and all this stuff and reality this and reality that and all this. And you know, we pay more attention to what stars are doing than what we are doing and what's going on with us out here. And what's going on with us is we have 15 million children without their fathers. Disappeared. While the mothers are struggling. Now we need to, just as much energy as we putting in all the rest of this shit, we need to start putting more energy into our own shit. Address this. Be excited about that. Work on that. Because we out here stepping in this every day. And we got to address it. And we got to change it and stop the recycling that's going on with trifling ass, disappearing ass fathers. Now, when a man could be women, let me tell you, disappearing fathers would take full advantage of not being in y'all kids' life. Y'all do everything in the world besides taking care of your responsibility. And women, you have to realize when you first start meeting these guys and these men, and the men will tell that woman so many charming things when she first meet him and first get involved with him and all this stuff right here. He'll say so many charming things. He'll be so nice, yes. He gonna do all that. He gonna be just as sweet. This is these disappearing ass fathers, you know, because like I told you, they got issues. I told you what the issues was in part 1. I ain't even got to go back through that no more. But I'm telling you, they got issues, and you have to be the one who dissect these issues and pay attention to these issues, and you will see this is a no good ass man once you start making him be in a committed relationship. Make him put a ring on them fingers. Make him commit to marriage. Make him commit to something. Then you will know what you really got on your hand. And when he talking about, oh, you know, you rushing it, or you just, like I said, you could date a person for about 6 months. They already know if they want to be with you or not want to be with you. But within them 6 months, you don't need to have and conceive no kids. You need to see what you're dealing with. And once you see what you're dealing with, around about that 6 months to a year, you need to start breaking off. If you think that maybe you about finna conceive or have one, or y'all getting real tight and y'all having sexual activities a whole lot, you need to start then breaking off and telling them, hey, I need me a ring. I need me some commitment going on. And when that blowfly run, you know he would have been a disappearing father. And you should be glad that he ran before he stuck you with a kid and not pay attention or not holding up to his responsibilities with that kid. See, we have to start, have a little patience. It ain't nothing wrong with patience. That's what's wrong with us. We don't have enough patience. And this world done got so fast till ain't nobody having patience. But anyway, the man will say all these charming ass things, and the dude or whatever you want to call him, and he will have blowfly man. That's what he is. He'll have all these charming ass excuses about how he love you and how he this and how he that and how you that. And as soon as you say, women, tell that blowfly man once he charmed you and did all this, and once you say you are pregnant, he turns a 360 on you, and he becomes then from a charming to the most evilest person you have ever met. He gonna then be mad as hell at you because you pregnant. You trying to figure out, well, damn, things was going good. He done changed on me since I done got pregnant. Now he acting shitty because he was a blowfly. That's why he acting shitty. He was a blowfly. And once a woman tell him that she's pregnant, all hell break loose. All hell break loose. He gonna come up with all kind of excuses, and he gonna turn from the most charming person to the most disrespectful ass person on this earth. Then he gonna start telling how you is the problem, or how you shouldn't have got pregnant. He gonna come up with all that. I thought you was on birth control pill. I thought you was making sure that you don't get pregnant. She tricked me. They come up with all kind of excuses on why they have conceived a child. They'll tell people she tricked me. I was drunk. I was high. Well, you know, if you drunk and you was high, and you don't need to drink no more. If you can't hold your liquor to where you know what the hell you are doing, then you need to put that damn shit down. And if you can't handle your weed or whatever you're doing, you need to put that shit down. If it makes you run out here and conceive kids and you don't know that you did it, then something wrong with your ass to where you need to put that poison down. Because it's poison for you. Because evidently you don't know what the hell is going on. But they love to blame the woman and say she tricked me. I was drunk. I was high. I thought you was on birth control pills. They'll come up, I'm not ready for kids yet. Oh, some of them will say, oh, I'm already married. That's another thing. Quit messing with these married ass men. Because that's the first thing they'll say. Two, oh, I'm married. I can't have another kid. Oh, hell no. Oh, this, oh, that, oh, that. They come up with all kind of excuses. Some of them have the nerve to call the girl a community hoe. Well, shit, I know that's my damn child. You a community hoe. I mean, shit, this person, that person, everybody done said they done had you, but now you want to say the child is mine. It didn't bother his ass when he was doing it. But now, when you say you're pregnant, all of a sudden, he want to say you're a community hoe. And he going to spread it around that you're a community hoe. See, that's why I tell women, pay attention to the blowfly. Man, pay attention to the blowfly man. Because when you don't, these are the things that you're going to hear and have to go through. Because of a disappearing ass father. These are the type who disappear. The ones who bring up all these damn messed up excuses that because they head messed up, they gonna throw it on somebody else. Because they ain't wrapped too tight. They gonna put it on like as if you ain't wrapped tight. And they gonna come up with everything to make you feel bad because you pregnant by them because they didn't want you or a child anyway. So that's when they disappear. And that blowfish and that blowfly ass man will also say they ain't financially stable. Then some of them will say, well, if you had this child, don't expect for me to help you. What the hell? You say what? Don't expect for you to help me. That's that trifling ass man. That trifling blowfly I'm telling y'all about. Because these are things that single women and mothers hear or have heard. And these are the excuses that the disappearing fathers use so they can disappear. To make you feel like you was the wrong one. You should be penalized. You should be treated like shit because of what y'all both done. That's a disappearing ass father. And then they have the nerve to say, oh, you know, I just got out of jail. I just got out of prison. I ain't going to be able to take care of no kid. I mean, come on. I mean, you already know I just got out of jail and out of prison. Then you going to spring this on me about you pregnant? See, when you start hearing all that, you already know that's a disappearing ass father. It won't be long for his ass is going to do the blowfly. He going to jet on you. He gonna kick rocks on you. That's what he gonna do. And then you will hear excuse about they from out of town. Oh, well, you know, I'm from out of town, so I don't even know why. Damn, I don't know what you gonna do, but you know I'm from out of town. I'm not even from here. You know, they'll come up with that. And these excuses are the beginning signs of a disappearing ass father. A trifling ass blowfly. All of these. But you're getting all these excuses, ladies, because you're not taking the time to evaluate these dudes and these men when you start dating them. You're not getting a commitment from them. You're not getting that ring from them. You're not getting that wedding dress and going down the aisle and saying I do. You're not getting any of that. But you're skipping it and jumping to the next step, and then you realize he wasn't shit. So we have to change these disappearing fathers from that ain't shit attitude to let me go head on, wake up, shape up, and handle my business with my child. That's what we need for the disappearing fathers to do. Because it's sad. It's really sad, you know. And then you have some men that they hope that they can stress the female that they got pregnant. They hoping they can stress her out. They hoping that they do all this now. They hoping that they can stress you out, break your heart so bad till it start messing with your mental stage. They hoping that they can put you through some type of guilt to where either you wouldn't want the child or you will lose the child. Now I'm telling y'all might think that, you know, this is something to play with and might think what I'm saying ain't true. But I'm telling you right now, I have heard some men say that's what they do. And I've heard some that said that's what they have done when they don't want to be bothered with that chick no more because she's pregnant. And you could tell because they do disappear. Because there's 15 million women out here that are single mothers without the fathers. So they do this. And there's some of them that say that once they find out that that woman is pregnant, man, they will go and be with another chick right quick, try to hurt her feelings, try to put her through a whole bunch of stress, whole bunch of heartaches, whole bunch of mental stuff, try to make her feel guilty. They'll try to do all this. They want to make her feel worthless. They want to do all this in hopes that in the beginning stages of her pregnancy, she'll most likely lose it. Now you tell me if that's not a trifling ass man right there. And they will do this. And women don't even know that this is what they are doing. You see how they treating you. They treating you like they don't give a damn about you. You ain't worth a shit to them and all that. You see them running around town with another woman while you got damn pregnant. But they doing all this in hopes to break you. But this is the type of man that you didn't stop to evaluate, so he wouldn't even do you like that. You didn't evaluate him to realize he wasn't even worthy of having you. You didn't stop to evaluate him to realize he is not even worthy of being a father of your child. See, that's what I'm saying about moving too damn fast. Stop. Evaluate this stuff before he land on you, blow fly you, and treat you like you and the child or the children is irrelevant to him. You have to stop it. You have to stop it. And, men, let me tell you, you disappearing ass fathers, let me tell y'all, why you complaining about that damn child support check? I'm so tired of hearing men complain about that damn child support they sending, which really ain't covering a whole lot. But they complaining about it. And that's another thing. I never could respect any disappearing ass father or man who complain about child support, because it just let me know that they complaining about being a man and owning up to their responsibilities. But let me tell you, fellas, disappearing ass fathers, that you have to understand, having a child and you having a child, that child has expenses. Just like, now listen to this, they have medical expenses. They have gas. You have to have a car. You have to have gas to put in the car. You got to have shelter for the kid. You have to have light, water, gas, clothes, food, health care. I said that. Shoes, the grooming. Got to make sure their hair cut and their hair done. They have school fees. They got school activities. You have to have appliances in your home. You have to have accessories for the kid. You have to have water. And then you have to have hygiene supplies. You have to have hobby supplies. You have to have sports supplies. You have to have tutoring, educational fees. You got to have travels, like when the single mother take them on little trips, or if they have a field trip at school or whatever, summer camp. You have holidays. They need to have stuff for Christmas, or whatever holidays that's coming around. They birthdays. They have to have things for the birthdays and more. And you complaining about a stinking ass child support check, which most of you ain't paying, but probably about $200 or $300 of it a month. But you got the nerve to damn complain. And I just gave you a list, and that's just a small list of what it takes and how much money it takes to raise a kid. And you ain't stepping up to the plate, or you mad that somebody making you step up to the plate by snatching your damn child support. Well, if you had it done right from the beginning, you probably wouldn't have got that damn child support check snatched. So, I just gave you, fellas, disappearing ass fathers, of what all it takes to raise a child. And that's just a small percentage of it. And then it takes all that for about 18 years. Or 21 years if they're going into college. You have to understand it is your job, your responsibility to, even if you are paying child support, you need to still spend fatherhood quality time with your damn child. And it's sad that somebody got to sit up here in a goddamn video and try to convince you what to do with your own seed and your own blood. It's sad. But it had to be spoke on. Because we have to change this as women and men. And we have to install this change into our kids, our grandkids, our nieces, our nephews, everybody. We got to explain to them this is not no joke. It's not. Because pretty soon, everybody gonna be in poverty. Because of this trifling ass, recycling, disappearing ass fathers. So, you just have to think that a single mother is left with all these expenses because of a disappearing father. And then it start trickling all these expenses, and that's how come they say the majority of taxpayers and everybody else say that this is a burden on the United States government because this is what's going on. And so then you have some fathers that'll pop in and out of the kids' life. They pop in here and pop in there, disappear for another 2 years, then pop back up. And some of these disappearing ass fathers, this is so disrespectful right here. And let me read your goddamn ass on this. If this ain't disrespectful, this show enough disrespectful. They'll pop up when they ass fall on hard times and shit. And then they'll pop up and try to get back into mama life that they had the kid with when shit ain't going right with them. Then they'll try to pop back up and get back in the chick life, but then when the chick don't want him, he mad all over again and disappear and leave her ass stuck again. So that show you he wasn't sincere about coming back into the woman life or the child life. He was just coming back because his stinking ass fell on hard time and needed your goddamn help. But then when you say you ain't gonna help him or you tired of helping him, he disappear and treat you like shit again. That's why I said, hey, look here, once they done treated you like shit the first time, why is you letting them come back anyway? Because you're gonna get the same damn treatment. That shit don't change. You're gonna get the same treatment. And then you got these disappearing fathers. This kills me too. I have to read this kind of disappearing fathers that how in the hell do you disappear, get with another woman and take care of that woman kids real good and ain't never took care of your own? Now that shit right there is the most trifling. That's some savage ass shit right there. I'm gonna tell you, that's savage. I've seen men that they are with other women, they're living with another woman, and that woman have kids, and he raising that woman kids. He paying all the bills in that house. If he is working, he doing all this for her and her kids as if he don't have his own biological kids somewhere. Now, if that ain't damn, that's savage. That's savage right there. So, to that disappearing ass father, who that you running around here and you playing house and you playing father with somebody else's kids and ain't paying fatherhood for your own biological kid, it's something really mentally going on wrong inside your head to think that shit is okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's savage. You a savage when you do something like that. And I've seen some men that do that. They will break their ass, arms, and legs for a whole nother family and disregard the child or children that they already had. Tell me how that worked. Because that's the most savage thing I've ever heard of a day in my life. And that person there, I needed to read that type of disappearing father ass to make him think that's okay. And I'm talking about they proud of it too. They proud of it. They think they doing something. They really are. And then they could be in the same exact damn town. It's some of them that's in another state, another town doing that. But it's some that's in the same damn town with their biological kid and they raising other kids as if those kids are their kids and leaving the biological kid out. Somebody need to kick you in your ass because you know damn well there's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with that. And for a trifling ass disappearing father who like that, y'all know what I always say, shoot they ass this video or shoot it to someone who close to them that you know that they'll probably see it or that other person will tell them about it. But that's the only way we gonna change this. The only way we gonna change this. You're gonna have to stop these blow-fly ass men and dudes. This ain't how it go. Kill me. Want to hurry up and support somebody else, kid. Christmas time come, him and the other woman and her kids loaded, but his biological kid is left with the other mother struggling. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, I'm telling you. When I say it's some confused people in this world, and I know I say that in a lot of other videos, like, boy, it's some confused people in this world. And if y'all don't think so and don't see something, it's confused. And the only way we can stop it is address it. And that's what we are doing. That's what this show is about. Cafe of Knowledge is to kick some knowledge into people in our community and across the United States and the world. Because we have to stop the recycling of this. You know, it's a time when everybody have to say, hey, enough is enough. And if 15 million kids without their fathers, disappearing fathers, ain't enough, what is? What is? If that's not enough, what is? If that's not enough to make you sit down and think, if that's not enough to make you sit down and to reevaluate yourself, what is? For the disappearing father and for the mothers. What is? It don't get no worse. 15 million kids without their fathers. Trifling ass disappearing fathers. What is? When do we stop and wake up and change this? If it's not now, then when? When everybody fall down in the gutter in poverty? When all our kids are locked up in juvenile? When all our kids are going to prison at a young age? When all our kids are going to jail? We see it every day. This is what's happening. When all our kids are joining gangs, when all our kids are on weed and doped out and drunked out with liquor, when is it's time to say it's enough? This is the time, y'all, to say enough is enough. And let's stop and change this recycling. It's nothing we can do right now. It's nothing we can do about the 15 million who are out here without the kids. They're out here now. But what we can do is change it from being another 15 million more. Wake up, wise up. Because that's what this show is about. We spread love. And we talk about change. And all of it is beneficial to each and every person. This don't just go for blacks or whites or this type of group or this type. No, this go for everybody. It's time to change. This recycling going on. And then you got some men that don't even want because they know that they have to pay child support. They'll just quit their job. Read your goddamn trifling ass too right quick. Your goddamn ass sitting up there and you don't want no job because you don't want nobody to take child support out your damn check. So in other words, you'll just be a bum, lazy, ain't worth a shit. Ain't worth a more shit because you already wasn't worth a shit. The damn leave the damn kid and disappear. But now you want to be an extra ain't shit ass person. So you quit your damn job so that the government and everybody can't take no money from your check because you don't want to own up to your responsibilities. Now you know that's a stinking ass person right there. You know that's a stinking ass person right there who do that. Don't give a damn about their future, the kid future, or nothing. Just slap ass quit and start working under the table where motherfuckers can't track the goddamn money down because they don't want to pay for their own damn blood. Now that's some trifling ass shit right there. I just don't understand. And that's a lot of reason why we have so many men out here that's not working. And that's why it's so many of those disappearing fathers that's in poverty as well, along with the single mothers. Because they refuse to get jobs. They'd rather sit on the corner, sit on the curb, drink, and all that shit. Fuck that shit. I ain't finna let nobody take no money out of my check. Shoot. I mean, every time I get a job, they take about half of it. They do that. Trifling. And then sit on the curb with their drunk ass and brag about it. What, please? What, bye? That's what I'm saying, is that you have so many disappearing ass fathers who will then refuse to work. So now you got grown ass men running around here with no damn job. All these men running around here broke because they refuse to get a job. And a lot of reason why a lot of them are laying up on these damn females, moving into the female house, driving the female car, letting the female do all the work, the female doing all this because they too scared running from their responsibility to get a damn job. Because they don't want to pay for their child. And women, if you the kind that letting them lay up on you and ain't working and you doing all the working and you running out the house and it's your car and he driving your car and he dropping you off to work, whatever, girl, you better wake your ass up. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what's going on. And everybody got the nerve to complain about how our kids are killing each other. You see a killing every day, a shooting every day, with our young girls and our young boys, and they going to prison and they going to the juvenile detention center, and they own drugs and they in gangs and they holding up liquor stores and they robbing retail stores and they beating up their own mamas and they beating up the daddies and they beating up. Everybody talking about it, but ain't nobody doing shit about it. They your kids. They your kids. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it. If everybody will own up to what I just said with their own kids, you will see a hell of a change around here. And it won't even take long. You will see a hell of a change across this whole world if everybody just do their part with their own kids. Disappearing fathers and single mothers and regular and parents who are living with their kids, with the men who living with their kids and the woman and all that. If everybody do their part, this world would change tremendously from a whole lot of negativity that we have going on. All you got to do is do your part with yours. We ain't saying do it with somebody else. Do your part with your own. If everybody did that, everything will be 100% better. I ain't going to say it's going to be, crime free or whatever, but it'll damn sure hell be a lot better. And we'll have a lot more wiser kids. We'll have a lot more intelligent kids. We'll have a lot more kids that's wanting something in life, doing something in life, having good jobs, this, that, taking care of their responsibilities. We will have a positive way of seeing. So with these trifling ass fathers that's refuse to work because they don't want they money taken out of their checks for their child. That's trifling. I know some men who have not worked in damn near 15 years because they don't want to pay child support. But you think, and the thing is that number that you have to pay child support, instead of calculating, it don't matter if you work or not, they're going to always have that as a calculation of what you owe either the system or that child. And that's why you have so many unemployed males running around here throughout this world and United States, because they refuse to get jobs. They rather do under the table ass money where they don't have to take care of their responsibilities. And they need to shake that up. You need to change that way. You know what I'm saying? You really do. You really do. And women, if we don't talk to our kids is going to recycle these same trifling ass ways. Our kids is going to do it to their generation. Then that next generation going to do it to their generation. And it never stops. It just get worse. So, like I said, you just really have to change this behavior, because this recycling thing is so gut wrenching. It's gut wrenching. It's just like, are you serious right now? 15 million kids are without their fathers, and these fathers think that it's okay. So what that say about society in general? What do that say about us? And what do that say that nobody is trying to improve this? Have to improve it. We have to improve it, people. We have to improve this. It's just, you wouldn't believe. We got millions of men out here that literally will not get a job. And they will go 10 and 15 years. They'll wait until the kids are grown before they go head on and get a job. But before then, they ain't going to do it because they don't want to pay child support check. So then they become bums. So see, that's how come we have so many unemployed men, alcoholics that's just sitting out, standing out. That's how come, everybody is living in poverty. You got millions of men living in poverty along with the women, because they refuse. They will let themselves go. That's all it is. A disappearing ass father who won't get a job because they don't want to pay child support, and they'll stay unemployed for 10 and 15 years until they feel like the kids are grown. Then they'll try to go get a job. And this is why you have so many men who are broke, ain't shit, hanging on the corners, drinking. They ain't worth a shit, won't get a job. They'll play like they going to find one, but then if they do get a job, they'll work it just for so long. But as soon as the people say, hey, they finna take child support out your check, they quit. Oh, hell no, they ain't either. Doing all that running because they don't want to take care of their own child, their own blood. Now that's sad. And that's the mentality that we have to change, because we already got all these disappearing ass fathers who are just like this. So if we don't stop it, our kids are going to become fathers who going to be just like that. And then the number going to triple. And then it's going to continue on tripling, as long as the generations are doing this recycling. And that's why we have to stop it. We really have to stop it. And that's why so many men are laying up on women. And women are letting these men half-ass work, part-time work, and all that stuff right there, working under the table and all that type of shit. And she too crazy to realize this. He running from child support. This fool here running from child support. So actually, y'all ain't gonna never have nothing, because he ain't gonna never get no good job for y'all to have nothing, because he too scared and too busy running from paying child support. And y'all don't think this recycling thing needs to stop? That we need to stop, pay attention, and change all this? Really do. You know, so I'm getting ready to almost wrap it up. But I just wanted to tell people this is why we have so many disappearing fathers in jail, in prison. They full of men in jail, in prison, because they refuse to get jobs. They want under the table jobs, fast money jobs, that if you don't have a job, you're going to wind up doing something illegal. And that's why so many of them are winding up behind bars. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask them, they all say they have kids. And they never really participated. The government has helped raise their kids while they was too busy damn running. And because they got to make some type of living, because they can get a regular job, but they just refuse to get a regular job because they don't want to pay child support. So they will degrade their own values and their own life. They would then become a statistic to do criminal activity, or they doing something under the table that ain't right, or if they are doing something under the table that they're just getting a quick dollar for painting a house or doing this, and they're getting paid under the table, they would rather keep their life in a poverty level and not expect any more of themselves. They would rather keep themselves down there in that ditch, that poverty ditch, than to really get a job and pay for what their responsibility is. And it's just crazy. So we just need, it's just crazy how a disappearing father will destroy their own life rather than take care of their responsibility. It's crazy. They will destroy their own life rather than do what's right. So, we just need for these disappearing fathers to urgently take time to contact your children. It's never too late to contact your child. Do what's right. Let's change this mindset, this mental state that everybody is doing. We really need to change this, okay? Make up for the lost times that you have lost. Pick up the pace, change yourself, get your mindset together. Take care of your kids, fathers, disappearing fathers. And y'all need to be shooting. Like I said, this video need to shoot skyrocket up, because y'all need to make sure that y'all can get the word out to either the single mothers but mainly to these disappearing ass fathers. Okay? Because somebody know one somewhere. Probably sitting by one right now. A disappearing ass, trifling ass father. And you need to make him watch it. Hell, put it on the TV. Do something. But make him watch this, because this needs to change. Okay? So we need for fathers to be more involved in our kids' life. Fathers need to put their mindset, their heart, their soul, their power, their love, their effort, their support, their emotional support, their financial support, their fatherhood protection, They need to do all this with their child or their children. And it's never too late to say, I'm sorry. Disappearing fathers, it's never too late to come out. Wake up after you see this video or whatever. Wake up and say, you know what? It's never too late to say, I'm sorry. Say you're sorry. Pick up where you're supposed to pick up from and take care of your damn kids. See your kids. Do what fatherhood is supposed to do. That's all I'm saying, and that's all I got to say about that. But your trifling ass need to change, and you need to wake up and realize this ain't right. And women, you do too. Stop being a product for a blowfly to come in and change your whole life. Things that you thought you was going to do, wanted to do, or whatever, you can't even do because you were fucking around with a stinking ass blowfly. Change that. And make sure you install it in your kids to change that. Change that. And we'll know if you changed it because we'll see the numbers of single mothers drop. And that's what we want. We want that number to come from 15 million to at least 2 million. Let's see, can we make that damn goal? Want to make one? Make that. We need to see this number go down. And y'all could check it on Google and all that stuff just like I do. But we need to change that 15 million to drop it down to 2 million. It might take a little bit long, but we can do it. But the number should come down every year. Single mothers, statistic numbers, the actual numbers of single mothers, it shouldn't be 15 million next year. It shouldn't be 14 million next year. It should be coming down each year if you are listening and understanding that this is an urgent situation. And only we can change it. So let's change that. That's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from y'all goals and y'all success. Bye-bye. See y'all next week.